In this video, we'll talk about bar chords, specifically transitioning from a bar chord to a bar chord. The first couple bar chords you learn can be pretty difficult to get a good sound out and can be kind of difficult to get there. But once you're familiar with the shapes, especially the three that go together, it's really, really easy to transition to and from bar chords. When you start, there are some keys that you only have like one bar chord in. So when you're in the key of C, you often have an F. So you're like C, F, A minor, G, and then back to C. And when you're in G, you often have a B minor. But as you get into more complicated keys, more sharps, more flats, and different kinds of music, you're going to find different kinds of bar chords. We are going to focus on the three shapes that are very, very similar: E major, E minor, and A minor, and we'll throw A major there at the end. A lot of this also works for the 7 chords, like dominant 7 and minor 7 chords. So let's start with just a really simple 5th fret bar. And I want to make the 3 shapes that are related. So I've got E minor. And at that bar, my root is on the E string, so that's A minor when I do an E minor shape there. To make it a major shape, I just put my middle finger down. So think about that transition. Pretty simple to go from an E minor shape to an E major shape. The other shape that's really simple to transition to is A minor. Check it out. If I'm on an E major shape, middle finger is down. I want to go to A minor. All I do is move all of those fingers toward the floor. If I'm on an E minor shape and I want to go to A minor shape, I just add the middle finger and go toward the floor. So pretty simple. The A major shape throws a little bit of a wrench in the works because it requires you to flip the order of your fingers. Now these two still get to move together, but that middle finger has to then be more toward the ceiling. It's got to be on the D string. And so you're on an E major shape and you're going to A major. That middle finger has to like switch orientation. Same with E minor to A major. And then same with A minor to A major. So my suggestion is get really used to these 3 shapes and then start doing this one. This seems pretty simple when you're on the same fret, but when we transition our roots to different frets here, it's just a practice thing. So let's say that I'm on the 2nd fret with an E major shape. It's really easy actually to transfer to any other bar chord with an E shape because all I do is slide. I keep those fingers together and I slide. If I want to do the same thing and go to an E minor shape, I just slide and lift my middle finger at the same time. So that's really, if you keep those 2 fingers together, that's going to make it a lot easier. And it's the same thing going from E major or E minor to A minor. You can slide and move at the same time. So it's kind of like a diagonal move there when you're there and you go to there. And again, it gets a little more complex with the A major shape, but work that one in. And you can also practice just doing that. If you can practice going from the shapes on the same fret, then it'll be easier to practice going to those different shapes on different frets. Remember to do it slow and steady. The last thing I'm going to recommend that you do is I like to think about pushing and pulling. So I'm gonna pull down with my first finger. I'm gonna be kind of like leading with that finger when I'm moving down the fretboard, and I'm gonna be like pulling with the other shape, with the shape on top, when I'm moving up the fretboard. And so that way I'm thinking about keeping these fingers all the same distance apart from each other, because otherwise you get some gross stuff. So make sure you're maintaining the shape there as you go. So this is your bar chord transitioning tutorial. Go slow and steady, and then try to remember how these shapes interact. It'll make it a lot easier later. We'll see you next time.